For centuries, the story of Atlantis has captivated the human imagination, a tale of a magnificent island civilization that vanished beneath the waves in a single day and night of misfortune. Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher, gave us the most detailed account of this lost city, describing it as an advanced society with incredible engineering, wealth, and power, located just beyond the Pillars of Hercules. Yet, despite this detailed description from one of history's most respected thinkers, mainstream archaeology and history largely dismiss Atlantis as a myth, a cautionary tale about hubris and the wrath of the gods. But what if it wasn't just a story? What if Atlantis was a real place, a historical civilization that was wiped from the map by a cataclysmic event? The search for Atlantis is one of the greatest archaeological mysteries of all time, driven by the tantalizing possibility that a forgotten chapter of human history lies waiting to be discovered. The primary challenge is that Plato's account is our only significant source, and its details are both specific and maddeningly vague. He speaks of an island larger than Libya and Asia combined, a detail that has led explorers to look far and wide across the globe. Let's embark on a journey to explore the most scientifically plausible locations for the lost city and examine the geological forces that could have erased it from our world. We are not just chasing a legend, we are following a trail of clues left behind by geology, ancient texts, and the enduring power of a story that refuses to die. The question isn't just whether Atlantis existed, but where its ruins might lie hidden today. One of the most visually stunning and geologically compelling candidates for Atlantis is a feature known as the Rick-Hat structure, more popularly called the Eye of the Sahara. Located in the desolate expanse of Mauritania, this massive geological formation is a deeply eroded dome, consisting of a series of concentric rings that stretch nearly 50 kilometers in diameter. Its resemblance to Plato's description of Atlantis is, frankly, astonishing. Plato described the capital city of Atlantis as being composed of concentric rings of land and water, created by the sea god Poseidon himself. He detailed 3 rings of water and 2 of land, with a central island at its heart where a grand temple stood. The Rick-Hat structure mirrors this description with uncanny accuracy, displaying a series of circular ridges that look just like the land rings Plato wrote about. Geologists explain it as a natural formation, an uplifted dome that has been eroded over millions of years, but its perfect circularity and resemblance to the ancient account have led many to wonder if there's more to the story. Could this have been the site of a thriving coastal city in a distant, greener past? Evidence suggests that the Sahara was once a much wetter and more fertile region, with vast rivers and lakes. If the sea level was higher, the low-lying areas between the rings of the Rick-Hat structure could have been filled with water, creating the very canals Plato described. The idea is that a catastrophic event, perhaps a massive flood or a dramatic shift in climate that triggered rapid desertification, could have buried the city and altered the landscape forever. Silt and sand could have filled the canals, and the once thriving port could have been left stranded hundreds of kilometers from the ocean we know today, its true nature hidden in plain sight. While the Eye of the Sahara offers a tantalizing visual match, another leading theory places Atlantis much closer to Plato's home, in the Mediterranean Sea. The island of Santorini, known in ancient times as Thera, is a prime suspect. Around 1600 BC, this island was the site of one of the largest volcanic eruptions in human history. This eruption, known as the Minoan eruption, was cataclysmic. It blew the center out of the island, creating the massive, water-filled caldera we see today. The event triggered colossal tsunamis that would have devastated coastal communities throughout the Aegean Sea, and the ash cloud would have blocked out the sun, leading to crop failures and a volcanic winter. This theory suggests that the advanced Minoan civilization, which flourished on the nearby island of Crete and had outposts on Thera, was the historical basis for the Atlantis legend. The Minoans were a powerful maritime culture with sophisticated art, architecture, and trade networks, much like the Atlanteans Plato described. The eruption of Thera would have effectively destroyed the heart of their world in a single, terrifying event. The story of a powerful island civilization vanishing overnight aligns perfectly with the geological reality of the Minoan eruption. Plato, writing over 1,000 years later, may have been recounting a story passed down through generations, its details embellished and its timeline condensed. The memory of the Minoan collapse, a real and devastating event, could have been transformed into the allegorical tale of Atlantis. The lost city, in this case, would be the settlements on Thera that now lie buried under meters of volcanic ash or submerged within the caldera. The search, then, is not for a lost continent, but for the buried remnants of a real Bronze Age civilization. However, Plato's text explicitly states that Atlantis was located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, the ancient name for the Strait of Gibraltar, which connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Atlantic Ocean. This detail has led many researchers to look westward, into the vastness of the Atlantic itself. One compelling area of interest is the shallow waters around the Bimini Islands in the Bahamas. In the 1960s, divers discovered a submerged formation known as the Bimini Road, a series of large, rectangular limestone blocks arranged in a neat line stretching for nearly a half-mile. To some, it looked like a section of a massive ancient wall or a paved road. The discovery sparked immense excitement, with many believing it to be a genuine relic of Atlantis. Geologists, however, have largely identified the formation as a natural phenomenon known as beach rock, where sand and shells cement together in the intertidal zone, sometimes fracturing into block-like shapes. Despite the scientific consensus, the debate continues. The blocks appear too perfectly shaped and arranged to be purely natural for some observers. Proponents of the Atlantis theory argue that it could be part of a larger submerged complex, a remnant of a coastline that was swallowed by the sea at the end of the last ice age. Around 12,000 years ago, as the great ice sheets melted, the global sea level rose dramatically, by as much as 120 meters. This would have inundated vast coastal plains and islands that were once dry land. If an advanced civilization existed on these now submerged coastlines, its cities would have been lost beneath the waves, precisely as Plato described. The Bimini Road, whether natural or man-made, serves as a powerful reminder of how much our world has changed and how much of our potential history might lie just offshore, hidden by the rising tides. The search in the Atlantic is a search for evidence of a coastline and a people lost to the great post-glacial flood. Taking the search to its most extreme and imaginative conclusion, some theories point towards the most remote and inhospitable continent on Earth, Antarctica. This idea, while highly speculative, is based on the theory of crustal displacement, which suggests that the Earth's entire outer crust can sometimes shift in one piece, moving continents to different latitudes. According to this hypothesis, Antarctica was not always at the South Pole. Millennia ago, it could have been located in a more temperate climate, free of its immense ice sheet and capable of supporting life. This ice-free Antarctica, the theory goes, was the true location of Atlantis. A sudden and catastrophic displacement of the crust would have moved the continent to its current polar position, causing it to freeze over rapidly, burying the Atlantean civilization under miles of ice. Vostok. They have revealed a hidden continent. While the idea of a lost civilization frozen at the bottom of the world sounds like science fiction, it addresses the core of the Atlantis mystery, a massive landmass that disappeared completely. If Atlantis was an entire continent that became entombed in ice, it would explain why we've never found any definitive trace of it. It is, perhaps, the ultimate hiding place. So, why haven't we found Atlantis? The answer may be that we are looking for a single place, when the legend itself might be a composite of many different historical truths. Perhaps Atlantis wasn't one city, but an idea, a memory of multiple advanced civilizations that fell victim to the awesome power of nature. The story could be a blend of the Minoan collapse on Thera, a powerful memory of a real societal cataclysm. It could incorporate tales from sailors who ventured beyond the Pillars of Hercules and saw lands that are now submerged. It might even echo a deeper, more ancient memory of the great floods that reshaped the world at the end of the Ice Age. The search is also hampered by the sheer scale of the ocean and the difficulty of underwater archaeology. Finding a needle in a haystack is an understatement. We are searching for a specific needle in 1,000 different haystacks, all of them underwater. Any ruins would be covered by millennia of silt, eroded by currents, and possibly broken apart by geological activity. Plato's account itself could be the biggest obstacle. Was he recording history, or was he crafting a philosophical allegory? His story of Atlantis served as a powerful narrative device to explore themes of ideal societies, political corruption, and divine justice. He may have created Atlantis as a fictional foil to his idealized Athens. Yet, the details he included, the concentric rings, the specific location, the catastrophic end, feel too specific for pure fiction. They have fueled the belief that, even if it was an allegory, it was an allegory based on a real, historical kernel of truth. The legend of Atlantis endures not just because it's a good story, but because it resonates with a sense of lost history and untapped human potential. The quest for Atlantis forces us to confront the limits of our knowledge and the fragility of civilization. It reminds us that our world is in a constant state of flux, shaped by forces far greater than ourselves. Whether a myth or a memory, the search for Atlantis will continue to inspire us to look deeper, explore further, and question what we think we know about our past. The final answer may be lying in plain sight, mistaken for a natural formation, or it may be buried under miles of ice or water, waiting for the one discovery that will rewrite history. Until then, Atlantis remains where it has always been, a tantalizing mystery, lost to the depths of time and the sea. If you find these explorations into history's greatest mysteries as fascinating as I do, be sure to subscribe to my channel, Infinite Tunal, for more journeys into the unknown.